There they are. Welcome, everybody. This is the Mystery Hour's Ozark Jubilee tribute show. You may be watching TV at home saying, why is this in black and white? Because we are paying tribute to the Ozark Jubilee, which was filmed right here in Springfield, Missouri, across the street, broadcast on ABC nationwide from 1955 to 1961-ish, and it was a huge, huge deal, and we are so proud of it. It was a country variety show that had the biggest country stars of the time down here: Johnny Cash, Porter Wagoner, Patsy Cline, Brenda Lee, Wanda Jackson, and many more that I'm forgetting. But we want to take the opportunity to do an Ozark Jubilee tribute episode. So let's get it started. Please, ladies and gentlemen, welcome my announcer, Mo Holloman. Mo, come on out. Here we go. Mo, are you excited to do a Jubilee tribute show?
I could not be more excited, Jeff.
It's going to be great. Now, Red Foley was the host of the Ozark Jubilee, and he would often start out with a song, but neither of us can sing, so we're not going to do that. Right, Mo?
Right. The mystery hour with Jeffrey Houghton.
Yeah, okay, yeah. In fairness, I didn't know she could do that. Let's move on to our musical guest, our first one. Please put your hands together for Dallas Jones. Dallas.
Put away your whiskey, baby, pour out the wine. I need something stronger to get me through this time. I can't handle the cocaine. Don't need a shot in my arm. I need the love of a good woman wrapped up in my arms. Well, I've got a feeling deep down inside. I need something to believe in. Believe me, how hard I've tried. I need a change in the weather. I need a change in my heart. So put away your whiskey, baby, pour out the wine. I need something stronger to get me through this time. I can't handle the cocaine. Don't need a shot in my. I need the love of a good woman wrapped up in my arms. So put away your whiskey, baby, pour out the wine. I need something strong to get me through this time. I can't handle the cocaine. Don't need a shot in my arm. I need the love of a good woman wrapped up in my in my arms.
Great, Dallas.
How about that?
Yep. If you mention whiskey once, it's a country song for sure. Hey, Dallas, you know what I love?
What do you love, Jeff?
I love Steak and Shake. One of our sponsors, Steak and Shake. Steak and Shake, it's a meal. You can have both steak or shakes. You know what, Dallas? I think it's time we check in with all of our friends sitting outside the barn sharing fishing stories.
Sounds good.
My favorite fishing hole is Johnson's Creek.
My favorite fishing hole's at Wilson's Holler.
My favorite fishing hole is Pickett's Bottom.
Did he just say Pickett's Bottom?
Yes, sir. I remember going down to Johnson's Creek, where I pulled a fish straight from the water. It had to be 50 pounds. I mean, it was this big. That kind of thing can only happen in Johnson's Creek.
Oh, here now, I'm a-telling you down in Wilson's Holler is where I reeled me in a real majestic talking fish. That thing looks up at me and goes, shoot fire and save matches. Ew! That's the kind of thing that can only happen in Wilson's Holler.
Well, I was down at Pickett's River Bottom one time the year it rained and rained and rained. Real gully washer. It was so muddy, I got my boots stuck in Pickett's Bottom.
Did he say he got his boot stuck in Pickett's Bottom?
Nah. I usually take that skeeter spray when I go down to Johnson's Creek on account of them terrible bites you can get. I once got 150 bites straight on the face. That'll make you ugly enough to scare the children. Yep, old Johnson's Creek.
Well, I'll tell you what, there's no fooling around in Wilson's Holler. Last year, this bear came charging at me like to eat me up alive. Well, I got out my bear pepper spray and sure put a catch in his get-along. That kind of thing only gonna be happening in Wilson's Holler.
Well, I was camping one time. I just cracked my tent door open, and a squirrel jumped out of Pickett's Bottom. It smelled like the devil. I shook my hand at it. I said, "Squirrel, I ain't chasing you all through the cracks and crevices of Pickett's Bottom."
A squirrel crawled out of Pickett's Bottom?
Well, I be. They got this new petting zoo in Johnson's Creek. Oh, man, people are just talking about this little sheepy lamb that's up before the chickens. And it will make a ruckus and throw a hissy fit if you don't pet him.
Oh, that sure is cute. Around this part of Wilson's Holler, there's this whole herd of donkeys just be braying up a storm all night long, just braying away like donkeys do.
I was down in Pickett's Bottom, and I saw an alligator snapping turtle, mean as life, just poking his head out of Pickett's Bottom. And another.
Whoa!
You never know what you're gonna find in Pickett's Bottom.
And now, folks, we sure would love for you to stick around for a word from our sponsors.
That comedy bit brought to you by Bush Ramlow Insurance, CPAs. Closed captioning for the Mystery Hour provided by Paragon Architecture.
This is Nick. Nick is certain that there is no way he could like Branson. Nick doesn't do fun. He prefers sitting on the couch watching dark crime dramas. Sure, his parents like Branson, and yeah, his kids like it, but according to Nick, it's not for him. Nick is about to change his mind.
Big Whiskey's is the official American restaurant and bar of the Mystery Hour. Guest booking provided by Gig Salad. everybody. Welcome back. You are watching the Mystery Hours Ozark Jubilee tribute episode. And boy, I tell you what, we have a great guest. But even more than that, we have a great guest sponsor, the History Museum on the Square. The History Museum on the Square. If you're watching this in 1955, it hasn't been built yet. It's from the future, but all the things from then are in there now. I don't know. Hey, our guest tonight, he used to be the square dancing caller for the Wagon Wheelers, who frequently appeared on Ozark Jubilee. Please put your hands together for Gary Ellison. Gary, come on out. Hello, sir. Right here. Perfect. All right, we've done it.
Yeah.
How about that? So I just want to talk to you a little bit about your experience with it, about the Ozark Jubilee. I kind of set it up a little bit, but you know more than me. Tell me some of the highlights of the Ozark Jubilee.
Well, the fun thing was live television.
Yeah.
If somebody fell down, they fell down coast to coast. And that happened.
Yeah.
We would have well-known guests, and they would do odd things to each other, and because it was live, you could get by with that.
Yeah, like what?
They always ended the show with a song of inspiration.
Mm-hmm.
And if Mr. Foley was gone, they would have one of the guest hosts sing that, and it was Carl Smith. Carl was recently not married anymore to June Carter.
Okay.
All right.
Recently not married.
Yep. And that was before she became Mrs. Johnny Cash.
Sure.
All right. So they had the camera in real tight on Carl's face for the Song of Inspiration.
Mm-hmm.
And I was standing backstage, and I noticed it almost looked like a tear.
Mm-hmm.
But the audience was laughing. So here's the guy crying, and the audience is laughing at the hymn.
Mm-hmm.
And so I stuck my head around the corner and looked out, and the other guest was Jimmy Dean,
Yeah.
the Sausage King.
The Sausage King.
And he had crawled out on the stage underneath the camera
Yeah.
and had rolled up Carl Smith's pant leg while Carl was singing the hymn. It worked just like that.
Yeah, right.
And he was mugging to the audience
Yeah.
and plucking out hairs from Carl's leg. And that's just one of the, you couldn't do that today. If
Yeah.
it were videotape, you just re-rack the tape and do
Yeah.
it again.
Yeah.
But that happened.
That's great. So now, could you, you've told me before, you remember sitting backstage with Patsy Cline across the street. Like, that just baffles me.
Well, I was in high school, stupid.
Sure.
And I stood backstage talking for at least 15 minutes with Patsy Cline. I had a script in my hand and a pen. Never thought to ask her to sign it.
Yeah, right.
I only got 2 autographs the whole 2 years that we were there. Chet Atkins. I watched him practice for about an hour backstage.
Yeah.
Which made me want to go home and burn my guitar. And Gene Autry.
Yeah.
The only 2 autographs that I got.
Wow.
But we worked with everybody, and the neat thing, I mean, we were the teenage square dance group,
Yeah.
but they treated us like we were the most important thing on the show. The guest stars did. Mr. Foley was nothing but a gentleman and a really great guy. And that's where I learned how to do what I do for a living, making television. It's like better than going to school.
Yeah, right. And you've told me, how many people were watching this on a weekly basis?
About 25 million. And the Jubilee is credited with 2 or 3 things. It was the first thing that brought folks from all over the country to Springfield, Missouri to see country music. Well, when the Jubilee went off the air, Branson came into it, so that sort of was the forerunner for that.
Yeah.
And then the writer for the Jubilee was Don Richardson. And when when the Jubilee went off the air, he was hired by the Herschend family for this new theme park, and he gave it its name, Silver Dollar City.
Yeah, is that right?
And then the guy who designed the set for the Jubilee was Andy Miller, a great artist. And the Herschends hired him, and he designed Silver Dollar City. So the fingerprints are still there.
Yeah, I love it. You ready to hear? I hate to cut this short, but you ready to hear some more music?
Let's do.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Mr. Art Bentley.
Well, a fella, he once told me, you ain't fit for man, no beast. So what makes you think that any good girl could ever love you in the least? Then I watched my poor old uncle try to beat up his brain with the booze, 'cause some good girl done broke his heart and left him with the cowboy blues. Yeah, so I don't want no good girl. Good girls, they ain't no fun. Yeah, good girls, they may go to heaven, Lord. But the bad girls, well, they dance all night and mess around and they cause a fight. Come creeping home in the morning light, wearing the darned old jeans too tight. Lord, I know that it ain't right, but I wish that I had one. Hey, well, good church folks, they'll say that there ain't no good nightlife. You can't trust a man with a whiskey in his hand, and you ain't gonna find you no wife. But boys, I'm here to tell you, this party, it don't ever end. Hey, I may die with a bloodshot eye, but I done sure made a lot of friends. And I don't want me no good girl, 'cause good girls ain't no fun. Yeah, good girls, they may go to heaven, Lord, but the bad girls dance all night, mess around, and they cause a fight. Come creeping home in the morning light, wearing the dang old jeans too tight. Lord, I know that it ain't right, but I wish that I had one. Yeah, yeah. Nah. So pray for your salvation and keep your hand to the plow. Let old Jesus know you love him so, and things will be fine somehow. Lord, but I don't want me no good girl, 'cause good girls ain't no fun. Good girls, they may go to heaven, Lord, but the bad girls dance all night and mess around and they cause a fight. Come creeping home in the morning light, wearing the dang old jeans too tight. Lord, I know that it ain't right, but I wish that I had one. Yeah, I wish that I had one.
Art Bentley, wow.
Oh, thank you.
Mo, toss us a commercial.
And now, folks, again, we'd love for you to stick around for a word from our sponsors.
Travel and accommodations provided by Hotel Vanderbilt. Systematic Savings Bank, official bank of the Mystery Hour. The Mystery Hour is brought to you in part by Ozark's Technical Community College. You have a dream, we have a plan. Tonight's musical guest brought to you by Bear Village.
Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back. You guys having fun? As are we. Look at that go. Look at it go. Hey, we have time for one more musical guest, and I know you guys are going to love this. Please put your hands together for the Creek Rocks.
should have known our love had an expiration date. Others could see plainly what I couldn't see myself. All the sour grapes you've left to wither on your shelf. Honey, you're moving on, that's welcome news to me. Honey, you're moving on, that's welcome news to me. Honey, you're moving on, that's welcome news to me. It's about time now, and well, it's funny just to realize how much I am relieved. Add my lack of perturbation at the thought of being deceived. We were just a starting, neither you or I believe. It's just where we tear down all those tangled webs we weave. Honey, you're moving on, that's welcome news to me. Honey, you're moving on, that's welcome news to me. Honey, you're moving on, that's welcome news to me. It's about time now, ain't it? If I can turn to ash, boy, now didn't it? You once showed me your heart, now you hate me. Well, don't you think it's time we admit it?
How about these guys, the Creek Rocks? Where am I going? Wow. That was fun. Hey, everybody. That's our show, but you cannot end an Ozark Jubilee tribute show without a song of inspiration. Let's hear it.